Hello everybody. Assalamualaikum, Sastika, Namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, and today, of course, we're going to discuss about immigration law. I have Vedika with me on the board. Thank you so much, Vedika, for really making things easy for me. I am not the kind good with tech, so we are broadcasting live. Today is Thursday, October 24th. October 24th, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, is this is before the last show of the month, but we are doing okay, and we have a lot of things happening on immigration. We will be glad. We'll be opening the lines, of course, in 5 minutes. The number to the studio, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. And anything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And before I start, I wanted to thank all the listeners. Of course, we are almost close to the end of the year. Things has been hectic, of course, for many people, but at the same time, it has been a very charged year. A lot of things happening on the immigration front, and unfortunately, there's no way to really kind of assessing the damage, I should call it, of what has been happening. A lot of people suffered. A lot of people are really in the situation of not knowing what to do next on their cases. We are seeing denials right and left, but at the same time, we are seeing also some approvals. So bear with us. Things are getting more complicated, but at the same time, we were expecting all this. There are solutions for most of those issues, so it is good to have an attorney to help you, and you can call our office 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. The website to check, attorneyonair.com, one word, attorneyonair.com or peerallylaw.com, and we will be glad to help you. So let us talk a little bit about all the issues. For one, of course, the denial rate of H-1Bs have increased. No question about that. But at the same time, we are seeing cases that a lot of people thought was going to be denied, still getting approvals. One of the most common denials are on the specialty occupations, because a lot of those occupations now they have been able to find a way to kind of deny H-1Bs based on the specialty occupation. Having said that, there are always basically to fight those, and if you have a good lawyer, someone who's experienced how to do that, you can ultimately win the case. So I highly recommend, if you need help, give us a call, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887, and the studio lines are open now, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. This is attorney Shah Peerally. We're live, and I have Vedika with me on the board, and we are broadcasting also online on radiozindagi.com. So I wanted to basically talk about few issues, but there are so many of them. For one, I had to say that congratulations to Justin Trudeau for winning the elections. Although he doesn't have such a majority as before, it's still a good sign, because we have one side a very strict president, on the other side a nice prime minister. So at least it balances out. So let me take a caller, and then we'll continue. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here. Hello.
Hi, Shah. This is Ram. Good morning, and thank you very much for your service to the community.
Oh, thank you so much, Ram. Thank you for calling. What can I do for you?
Yes. So I have a question regarding visitor visa. So my in-laws are here. They came here on visitor visa in July time frame, and unfortunately, my father-in-law had to go back because there was a death in the family. And my mother-in-law stayed here, so she can stay until December, and my father-in-law is planning to come back in December. So now, is there any way to extend my mother-in-law's stay when my father-in-law comes back in December?
Yes, depends. It is So she got 6 months, and she has this has not expired yet, right?
Yeah, not yet, not expired yet. It's expiring in December, end of December.
So what you need to do, you need to file an I-539 extension and I-539A also for the fingerprint, and get it filed pretty much like 1 week before, and the chances, unfortunately, is 50-50. I'll tell you the risk now, and also just to let you know, it is not difficult to apply, but just make sure you have good reasons for that. For example, if she wants to visit other places or some family members not well, etc. So make sure you mention that. Number two, I said 50-50 because there's no way to know. It depends on the officer who's looking at the case. Now, the problem with this filing of this, is if you get a denial, you ultimately will have that multiple entry visa on her passport cancelled.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem. So one of the ways people do that, they file the case early, and if they don't get an answer by the date before her I-94 expires, they leave. If you leave before that, then even a denial comes, it doesn't make any difference. But if in case it gets denied after the date of December, whatever date is there, what you will have a situation of basically you will have a situation that will actually create more problems on you, because she will lose her visitor visa stamp on the passport. So there is a potential of problems there. So that's the only.
So, but can she stay here until the decision is pending?
Yes, of course. While it is pending, she can stay because she's in a period of authorized stay. The problem is that if it gets denied, then you have a problem. Then it cancels that visa on her passport, that stamp on her passport by operation of law. So that's the only problem that you have. So it's not really kind of just to let you know, though, most of those cases for elderly people get approved. That's the good news. So apart from that, the risk is that in case it's denied. But if it is done properly, most of the time I see an approval.
Okay. So if she goes back, travels back to India before the decision comes back, right? Say the decision takes 4 months, but she travels back in like the 3rd month itself. What happens the next time when she comes back? Will there be a question that why she overstayed? Like,
well, there can be any questions. That's hard to tell. But give me a call before you do anything. We cannot discuss certain things on the radio. Then we can do a consultation. I can kind of guide you and see where she stands in the chances, if you should file it or not. Okay? The number to my office is 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller. Vedika, I think we have another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello.
Hi, Shah. This is Saurabh. How are you?
Hi, Saurabh. I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing well. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can. So, I have a question about my mom's green card. She is presently in US. I filed for her green card 485, 130, and 131 together. 131 is for travel permit. So, my question is, does 131 depend on the approval of 130, or they are separate applications? Because my mom intends to go back sometime later this year, or probably by the beginning of next year.
So you want to know if the I-131 depends on the I-130? The answer is yes and no, but it technically doesn't because the decision will not be made on the I-130. But if the I-130 gets denied, then yes, the I-131 also will get denied. But usually, since it's pending all the time, then without the I-131, she cannot travel, the advance parole. So the answer is both yes and no. It's yes in terms of if it gets denied, then you get I-131 will get denied. But 90% of chances, from my experience, I-130 doesn't get denied. So you should be okay.
Okay, so 131 will take its own course, and probably 90 days or what they say, it should get approved, something like that.
No, it takes more than that now, unfortunately. They're taking like 120 days, etc.
It is taking 120 days, is what you are saying?
Yeah, sometimes more, because they are just making things complicated. It used to be there was a rule that within 90 days they have to give you an answer. But now they don't really. I think the rule was mostly for work permit, but now they don't really care about it because they removed that rule.
Okay, thanks, Shah. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem. Sorry. But one thing I wanted to mention that I don't know if the call is still there, but please make sure that if you're traveling, you have that I-131 approved, because without that, once you leave on an I-45, it gets abandoned. So I repeat that. Without the I-131 advance parole, never travel if you have a pending 485, because it will get canceled. So I think we have another caller, right, Vedika? This is Shah Peerally, you're 11 here. Okay, so I'm sorry, we lost one caller, and I apologize for that. So feel free to call 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. You can call on anything immigration, H-1B, H-4, L-1, adjustment of status, everything that is related to immigration. You can call us on the number to the studio, or if you want a private consultation, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. So again, this is Attorney Shah Peerally, and we're live on air today on Radio Zindagi, and we are discussing about immigration law. And again, if you want to call, feel free to call 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, do we have any caller? This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air. Hello? Yes, hi. Hello, this is Shah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Hello, Mr. Shah. I had a question. My EAD is expiring soon, and I have applied for extension renewal. I wanted to know if I can still work on the EAD notice, the renewal notice.
Okay. You have to see the classification. Is it an H4 EAD?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it will say there if you fall into that category. I think H4 EAD does for 180 days. So double check, you will see on that. If you fall in certain category, then you will be eligible to continue working until.
Which category? I'm sorry, your voice was breaking. Which category?
There's a category on the. I never have them at the top of my head, unfortunately. But if you when you did the application for the I-765. I think you put the code for adjustment of status. We put C9 or something, but for the H4 EAD, I don't have it at the top of my head. I don't remember which one you put, but check that category and go on the USCIS website. As far as I know, I think H4 EAD you are eligible to continue working as long as it's pending, but I might be wrong. It's either adjustment of status or this one or both. But I didn't check that for a while, so double check on that. And usually on the receipt itself, they will already tell you you are eligible to work until you get a decision for 180 days until you get a decision on the case. But usually it's the category. Go on the USCIS website, find your category and your application, I-765, and then you match it. If it says yes, you are eligible to work as long as it's pending. Otherwise, you have to stop. But as far as I know, if I'm not mistaken, you are eligible to work. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
I have to double check that too, because I always get confused with all those categories. I don't remember them, but I know there are a few of them that allows that. Okay?
All right. I'll check it. Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. I think we have another caller, right? This is Shah Peerally. Hello. Okay, I'll lose the caller. This is Shah Peerally, you're live in here.
Hey Shah, this is Shailesh. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi Shailesh, how are you?
I'm good, how are you? Thank you.
I'm doing well.
So the question is, I have my green card interview pending. I did it with your firm, and thank you for getting me approved for I-140 and under EB-1A. So I have my interview pending, and I believe I should be getting my interview done in this year or early next year. But if my H-1B is coming up for renew, me or for my wife, What is the process here? Shall we go for the renewal of H-1B or we should not? And if we do, do we need to send some communication back to USCIS around the green card?
Exactly. Well, first of all, thank you, Sailesh, and thank you for the testimony of the approval of the I-140. I'm really happy for you. To answer your question on the H-1B, it's very simple. You don't really need it if you have your work permit, okay? But sometimes many companies will want you to have it as a backup. But since this is an EB-1A, the adjustment of status is just a matter of formality. So it's not necessary to do the H-1B. You have your EAD still valid, right?
That is right. That is right.
Okay, so you can just use the EAD. You don't need the H-1B. The H-1B, you use it as a backup, especially if there's a long waiting time, or if the company is requesting you to have it, or you don't want the company to know really you're using a work permit. But it's always easier to use a work permit rather than using that. By the way, if you want to reactivate the H-1B later, you can always do it too if necessary. But it's not necessary. You can continue using your EAD. That's good enough. Okay?
So no need to renew H-1B at all?
No. Because there's no need for that. You're going to get your green card soon. What is your priority date, by the way?
May 2011.
Oh, yeah. You might even get it in a few months. So congrats, and I'm happy for you, and thank you for calling, and I really appreciate that you mentioning that.
Thanks, Shah, for the call.
Take care. Take care, Sailesh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and we had Sailesh here on the EB-1A. By the way, we do of them, and we had some very good approvals, and some are already getting their green card. So let me take another caller. This is Shah, you're live on air. Hello?
Yeah, hi. My name is... Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Sudha, and I have questions for my parents who are visiting US now. So when they came beginning of August, and at the airport they were asked when are they leaving, and they had this return tickets already fixed. So they gave the date January 23rd. So the customs officer they said it is like too long, and the immigration officer said it is too long, and then you have to return by Jan 11th is what they said. And they stamped that date on the passport as well, one place. But when I go online to check the I-94, the status says Jan 29. So which one is valid ideally? Like how long can they stay legally?
That's a lot of people face that. Usually what is online is what controls, but since the officer made all those mention, what I would recommend, you go to where are you located? Which state?
Fremont.
In California? Fremont, okay. So they entered to San Francisco probably, right? Or San Jose?
Yeah, I mean, I can go to any of the offices, that is fine, but will that resolve the issue? Like go to the immigration office and ask them?
You don't even have to go, you can call them. Call the CBP office. Ask them, okay, this is what is on my stamp on a passport, but what is online is 29. And they will tell you which one they want to consider. Usually, as a matter of safety, I always take the lowest one, okay? But the online...
So I actually emailed them. I emailed them asking both the scenarios, whatever the scenario was, and the reply came back saying, whatever is stamped in I-94 is the real one. So I got confused because the stamp is in passport and the I-94 is online. So I again got confused with what is the legal one.
Okay, no. That stamp which is on there, usually they put that... Most of cases, they don't put that. If in case they put that, it's either their system they wanted to make sure is that date, or there's some officers still do it. So you have to go by that stamp technically if they told you it's the stamp. So then don't count on whatever is online. Online oftentimes they make a lot of mistakes, by the way, because I had cases where people enter an H-1B, they put H-4. People entering on some kind of, I had a client entering on visitor visa, they put student visa. So you cannot count on that 100% because for whatever reason there are mistakes there. But the stamp on the passport will control if they mention that. So they probably will correct it, and you will see suddenly if you check again that it went back to January 11. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
11. Good luck to you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for calling. And please feel free to call again. I think how much time we have, Vedika, I don't know if we have more callers, but we have another 20 minutes to go. This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air. Hello? Hello? Yes, sir, go ahead. Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, how are you?
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
You hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you properly.
Okay, I have a question. One, I have a daughter-in-law. She married with my son. We apply here properly, everything. We got the work permit. We got the social security. And still we are waiting for the green card. It's almost a year next month. Is it okay? What's going on?
Okay. So where are you located? San Jose?
I'm in San Jose. San Jose, Evergreen.
Oh, San Jose. So you're in Santa Clara office. And
yes,
did you
please.
call them and check on them? Because usually 1 year is still okay. They're giving interviews between 8 months to 1.5 years. Because usually what is delaying is a security check. So what they do when they do fingerprint, they go and check for no reason, but they do it. If you don't get anything like for you can actually call right now. You can call the USCIS office, ask them the status. And if you're reaching like 14 months, 15 months, you can contact a congressman or a congressperson and ask them to intervene for you and check what's going on. Usually when you have delay like that, it's security check. Where are you from, Punjab?
I'm from Lahore, Pakistan.
Oh, Lahore, Pakistan. Well, then it's probably security check. Yeah, because what happened is that...
The second thing I'm compliment to you that I listen your program from the last maybe 6-7 years or maybe more than that.
Oh, mashallah.
And you are doing a good job for the community, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's good to hear that.
You are really you don't know, but people don't say. But I listen many years, maybe 7, 8, 9 years.
I'm so happy.
And you are doing good job. The reason is that I'm an inspector here for checking the meat company. So when I drive and your program is on, and I'm listening every time.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Well, it's very kind today where I'm getting a lot of calls, and I wanted to thank you mostly, all of you listening, because that's what makes the show interesting, and that's what makes me keep going, because if I don't interact with you, there's no way I can talk for 1 hour. What am I going to talk about? I can talk about things that are important, but then when I interact with you, I have an idea what I can answer you, and it makes me feel good because it's been now almost 10 years this show has been going on, and I'm very proud of it, proud of all the teams on the radio and people who have made me start on it. And I remember back in the days it started, I was a little bit nervous to be on it, but ultimately it worked out very, very well, and I'm very happy about it. And again, I wanted to thank all the team of Radio Zindagi and all the people, so thank you for listening, all of you. I really appreciate that. And Vedika, I don't know if you have more callers, so we are going to talk a little bit about H4EAD, but you can still call. We have another 15 minutes to go, I think. 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. So let me talk about one thing different than immigration, which is a debt settlement. This is another service that we offer. We've been offering that almost for now 9 years, and we've been very successful in getting people out of debt. One thing I hate, to be honest now, and I've been victim of that, are debts. It can really destroy your life and take everything from you if you don't control it. What we have been able to do, we have been able to get people out of this without having to go into the process of bankruptcy. And that's where we can help you. Check yourdebtsettlementattorney.com or call us. We can give you more details how it works. We can get rid of debts like credit cards, second mortgages, etc., etc. And these are debt settlement. They cannot come back and ask for the rest of the money. Okay, so let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. Hello.
Yeah, hi. My name is Anand, and I'm looking for some advice on, my parents have a green card, and they got the green card in 2015. When can I apply for their citizenship? The scenario is like they had a break of more than 6 months last year, and they came back in July this year, hoping to stay for longer period. But when can I apply for their citizenship?
Okay, that's a very, very good question, by the way. There are two things. The rule of going out for more than 6 months break what we call the continuity of the 5 years. If that's the case, then you have to add another 4 years and 1 day, then you can file for the citizenship, okay? I repeat that. You have to add from the date they came back, you have to add another 4 years and 1 day. But there are exceptions to that 6-month rule also. For example, let's say someone was sick, they get stuck outside, or they had some major thing happening. Like I had one client where they kidnapped him and took his passport and didn't want to give it back. So those kind of things will allow you to basically continue. There's no breaking of the continuity. But if that's not the case, something extraordinary, then you have to wait 4 years and 1 day, then you can apply again for the citizenship. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
And if you need help on that, we can help you. If I can analyze, if you have give me a call at the office. I can tell you if you should apply or not in details. Because I have to look at the details, and I don't want to discuss on the.
Yeah, no, I think there was no particular reason as per se, but it was like just a gap of more than 6 months. So we can't answer that. Like we don't have a documentation to do any kind of excuse or nothing. So I think we'll continue with 4 year 1 day.
So listeners, Shah, I think his connection is having some problems. So in the brief moment, let's listen to a song.
Sorry, we had some technical issues, and I think I lost you guys for a minute. So anybody calling, please call again, 510-657-1170. And Vedika, I hope you can hear me now properly. And let me take the caller. This is...
I think there is some issue which is...
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize again. This is attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, and since the show is live, we have those technical issues, and I really apologize for it. It's probably coming from my side. But again, feel free to call those who are calling, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. I hope everybody can hear me clear right now. I think we have one caller, right? This is Shah Peerally. Hello.
Hi. My name is Ashok, and I have a question.
Ashok.
I work for a company, and I'm currently on L1A. Now, the same company has floated another subsidiary, and they are transferring all the employees' assets and liabilities to the new company. So what happens to my L1A? Would it need to be amended, or can I continue on the same L1A?
Is it a merger or an acquisition or something like that, or would it just open another company?
It's basically this company has just floated the same parent company for which I work. They have floated another subsidiary, a 100% owned subsidiary, and they want to transfer the assets and liabilities to that company.
Okay. I will recommend refiling it, refiling the L1A. There's no amendment, but refiling it based on this new company. Usually, if it is a success of interest, that means a full merger and acquisition. There's nothing to be done, but it usually applies for H1B. But for L1, it's a little bit more tricky because of the requirement of the relationship, what we call the qualifying relationship. So I recommend that you make sure that just to be on the safe side, file a new L1A on this new company. Okay.
So it will have to be a new L1A, is it?
Yeah, it's the same as it will be the same as filing an amendment, but there's no amendment, so you file a new L1A.
Okay.
Okay. Have them file it in the premium for you ASAP. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Good luck to you. So this is a very interesting question. I never had a situation when mergers and acquisition. Usually it's success and interest. I'll double check on that also and let people know. Let me take another caller. Tapra, you have an ear. Hello.
Yeah, hi Shah.
Hello.
Thank you for taking the call.
You're welcome.
Yeah, actually I have a question. Is there any provision that based on the property that we buy here, we can get some kind of a visa? For example, right now I'm on H1B visa, but if I buy property and lose my visa status tomorrow, and I want to maintain that property, is there any kind of a visa that based on the property that we have here we can apply and we can visit at least for the maintaining that property?
Good question. The answer is no, but there's a little yes there too. One of those visa that you can look, it's not a visa, it's a green card, it's an EB-5 if you buy some kind of property, but that's not your case. You already have property. There's no visa that pretty much gives you ability to stay here to control your property, because even remotely you can control your property now with all the technology. Now, if you want to stay and come and check on it, you use a visitor visa. You come and check on it because it's passive income. But there's no real visa based on your property unless, for example, the property is a business and you are from certain countries that get investor visa like E2. The answer is no. There's no real specific visa attached. Because you have property, you get that visa. No, it doesn't work.
So for the visit visa, like you said, can we apply visit visa based on the property that we have here to maintain that?
No.
Is that a proper basis?
You apply your visitor visa and you mention as a reason you want to come and check your new property. That doesn't mean you're going to get it. It's a 50-50. So you go and you try. That's all. But there's no special say, okay, I have this and I'm going to get this. No. You use it basically, you say, yeah, I have this property, I want to go check on it, please allow me to do that. That, yes, but there's nothing like you have an E2 visa, for example, which is an investor visa. Hey, I have this investment, I need a visa based on that. No, it's not like that.
Got it. Thank you very much, Shah.
Okay. Good luck to you. And just to let you know, just because you leave the country, your property is still yours. You can still manage it remotely. Okay?
Got it. Thank you very much for
You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shah. You're live on air. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
But I can't hear you. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
A little better.
Okay, yeah. Sorry for that.
The question I have is, a lady in India and I have decided to get married, actually engaged. Can I, without going to India, sponsor her as a fiancé?
Okay, have you ever seen her in the past 2 years?
No, I haven't. We haven't even met.
Not really. No. One of the requirements of you're a U.S. citizen, right?
Could you speak a little louder, please?
Yeah. You are a U.S. citizen, right?
I'm a U.S. citizen, yeah.
Okay. So there's something called a fiancé visa. One of the requirements of the fiancé visa is you have to have met your fiancé at least once in the past 2 years to do that. There are some exceptions to that. For example, you are in the military and things like that, but even that, I think Trump removed it, if I'm not mistaken. So the answer is usually no. I had a case where it was a war country, and we tried that. Even that, they were giving a hard time. So they told her, oh, you can go to another country and meet with her. But the answer is usually a big no, unfortunately.
Okay, all right, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Sorry. So I think we have another caller, right, Vedika? This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much. I think I don't know how much time we'll have, Vedika, but and I apologize again for all the technical issues we had. It was my side, I think, because I do the show a lot of times remotely, and we have another 5 more minutes to go, so please feel free. I can take one more caller. So I'm going to talk a little bit about debt settlement, which is what I was talking about earlier, how we get out of debts without having to file bankruptcy. It is a very good means for a lot of people to have a fresh start. For example, let's say you owe some money and you don't pay them. What they will do, they will go after you legally. They will ultimately put their hands in your pocket. What it means, basically, they start putting a levy on your bank account. They will put a lien on your property. They will even garnish your paycheck if you don't pay your debt. So the best is to make a deal with them, get rid of it. What is a debt settlement? For example, let's say you owe $10,000. We negotiate. We can bring it to maybe $2,000 or $3,000, and the rest you get forgiven. And call us. We can assess your case. 510-7425-887. I think we have one caller. We'll take one last caller, Vedika. This is Shah Peerally. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. My name is Arpit and I have a question regarding the green card. So the thing is, like, I have filed an application to remove the condition from the green card almost a year ago, but I haven't heard it back. So do you know, like, what
I-751, right?
I'm sorry, what is it?
You file an I-751, right? Waiver, an application.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it a waiver or a joint petition?
I'm sorry, sir. Was it not clear?
Was it a joint petition or a waiver?
So I don't think it's a joint petition because my wife, she's a U.S. citizen, and I filed this application on her behalf. So I'm not sure about the answer to that.
What is a joint petition? Means you're still married with your wife?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's taking sometimes up to 2 years now to get an answer. So you have to pay a little bit. We have cases, usually it was taking 18 months, now it's taking 24 months to 25 months to get an answer. If you don't get an answer within 2 years, then you should contact them and ultimately contact a congressman and see if they can unclog the case, okay?
Okay, and that side, if we say the 18 months, like from the day my green card got expired, so what about that scenario? Like once the letter got expired, will
I cannot hear you. On your speakerphone, are you on speakerphone? I cannot hear you.
Yes, I'm on speakerphone.
Oh, okay. Can you come closer or speak a little bit louder? I cannot hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect. Go ahead. Okay. You have to turn off your radio if it is you have it in your background.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I receive a letter which says that I have like 18-month extension. So what should I do? Like once I finish once the 18 months got expired, will I get
that's a good question. What you do before it expires, you make an appointment at the USCIS field office and you go and get a stamp of I-551 stamp on your passport. I repeat that. It's a stamp. It's called I-551 stamp. So you go like 3 months, around 90 days, within 90 days before it expires, you go there, they will put a stamp and they will give you another 1 year until they make a decision. Okay?
Okay, all right, sure. Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you. And don't worry, it's normal. Everybody is going through this right now. Okay? Good luck.
Okay.
So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and I think we don't have much time left now, and I wanted to say thank you to all the listeners, and especially today we had some very, very nice people calling. We had Shailesh, who is one of those EB1 winners from our law firm, and I had also another person calling stating that he listened to the show for almost 7 years now, and I really appreciate this because this give me the courage to continue those shows, and I wanted to thank you, the listeners, and thanks all the radio team, and for this show to have continued for almost now 10 years. We're close to 10 years, by the way. In few more months it will be 10 years, and we try our best to improve, but ultimately the issues are the same. We still have people struggling, but now we have a little bit more difficulties because of course we have a government which is not very pro-immigration, and a lot of people are having a lot of hopes up with all those bills, but the truth is that we're not seeing anything concrete. So I wanted to thank you all for being faithful to the show, and I wanted to loyal and faithful to the show, and I wanted to mention that there are a few things that you have to be aware of. Make sure whatever you file, you get the opinion of a good attorney. I know a lot of people discuss on forums, discuss on a lot of places, and unfortunately, you can really make a mistake. I had a client who saw something on a forum and he got scared. I was not going to say freak out, but he got very, very scared, and then he started doing a lot of things which ultimately it was not the problem. The problem became because he got scared. So I wanted to thank you all for listening, and again, anything I told you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to our office, 510-742-5887. and the website attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shah Peerally Law. I put all the shows there. I think Amit is there. Amit, are you there?
Hey, Shah, how are you?
I'm doing well, Amit. So I think you have 9 minutes to go, so I'll let you finish. Thank you, Vedika. Sure. Thank you, Amit. We'll be back next week, same time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shah, and hello to all the listeners. This is your Bay Area realtor and tax expert, Amit Gambhir. I'm back with the details on what's happening in the market and let you know what the current listings and everything we have. सबसे पहले I'm going to give you my details. मेरा नंबर है 510-299-9361. Office is located in Fremont. और अगर आपको कोई भी टैक्स के लिए कोई जानकारी वगैरह चाहिए तो आप मुझे कॉल कर सकते हैं anytime. And मेरी website is already launched and it's already been working now. It's www.businesstaxsolutions.us. So solutions with a S.us. So you can check out all the details, and for the pricing, there is no pricing on the website. So pricing के लिए आपको call करना पड़ेगा. So we can go ahead and provide you with the details on the services and everything that we provide on that. So number to call me is 510-299-9361. Real estate की market is doing okay right now. It's very, very stabilized. मार्केट में काफ़ी सारी इन्वेंट्री अभी समय आई हुई है, तो अगर आप अपनी प्रॉपर्टी बेचने के बारे में सोच रहे हैं, इट्स अ गुड टाइम टू पुट इट इन द मार्केट. बट लेकिन जब आप प्राइस लिस्ट करते हैं, मेक श्योर करिए कि आप प्राइसिंग ज़्यादा हाई पे मत करिए, बिकॉज आपकी प्रॉपर्टी market में काफी टाइम तक पड़ी रहेगी and it's going to have a bad effect on that one as well. So the main thing is plan out properly, and if there are tenants living in the house or something that you're trying to sell which is an investment property and the tenants are there, it might take a little bit longer क्योंकि tenant के साथ कई बारी appointments वगैरह fix नहीं होती हैं and things doesn't work out on the schedule wise, so the things get delayed on selling the properties, those type of properties. But we have solutions and everything on that, since हम काफी सारी property management वगैरह भी करते हैं और साथ में we have some properties available. तो कई बारी अगर कोई प्रॉपर्टी हमारे पास बेचने के लिए आती है and the tenant needs to move out, since we are selling that out, we can go ahead and shift them to the other property, so that way at least they're not कोई प्रॉब्लम ना आए process के अंदर, it goes very smoothly and things can be taken care of in the right way and all this stuff. So if you need any help regarding that, just call me and we can talk about it, the process, and see how it can be helping you out and take care of all the details and everything on that with the price wise and as well too. बाकी हम ओपन हाउस करने जा रहे हैं, अपनी एक नई लिस्टिंग आई है हमारी मार्केट में. The open house is happening on Saturday from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. and it's 726